My dream is to have every single square inch of this frame to just be filled with a bunch of screens that show random things. Alright, so today's video we have an unboxing. You probably already read that in the title. But in today's video I have to explain that I've already unboxed this, but there is a box that's fully sealed, have not opened, so we're gonna get into that. So first, let me paint this picture of why I have already opened and used whatever is in this box. I am doing a photography shoot for a wedding this coming Friday, and I have to rent equipment, okay? Because let's be frank here, your boy doesn't have that type of moolah to afford what's in this box, okay? Maybe one day I will, but as of now, I can't. But it was so fun using this thing. All right, let me just unbox it. That way, because I already think, like, y'all are thinking, what's in the box? So here we go. We have this bag, and anyone that's already a user of this thing, you probably already know what's inside of here. Pa-pow! Pa-pow! Look at this lens. So let me get into this here. This is a Sony 24-70 f2.8 G Master lens, which to those of you that don't know anything about cameras, let me just tell you, this thing is a beast. It is over $1,000 to buy this thing. So for any of y'all that don't know anything about cameras, that's already like, say what? This thing is a beast, and I can't afford this. That's why I rented it from aperturerent.com. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag, but you should consider it. So I want to go over the pros and cons of using this lens with a Sony a6300 or a6500 or a6000 or a 55. So the pros to this lens, first of all, you get a 24-70. Guys, let's be real, any of y'all that are photographers or filmers, 24-70 hits a ton of focal ranges. Like, it just, like, anytime you think that you're gonna, like, oh man, my lens can't cover that, 24-70, it probably can. It probably can cover it, okay? Then you got it at an f2.8, okay? f2.8. Yes, that is the pros. The cons, the huge con to this is heavy. It is a behemoth. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and nickname this thing the Behemoth. This thing is a behemoth, okay? The cons to this is that it is heavy. It is heavy, heavy, heavy. And also that it is very, very big. Now, if I had this on a Canon body, this wouldn't actually look too big and the heaviness would offset it. But since I am using a Sony a6300, the whole point of using that thing was because it's small, it feels like a point and shoot, I can throw it around everywhere, I can just feel like I can put it in my pocket almost. But with this thing, you have now gotten rid of that small, compact camera. Now, to that being said, a pro is you feel like you can conquer the world with this lens. Sunset, dark lit, you know, bright lit, all that stuff in between, this thing feels like it can handle itself. And it makes you feel, as a photographer, that you can handle yourself in that situation. Okay, our next box comes from the great land of Amazon. Cover your eyes, those of you that don't like knives. Okay, all right. Here we go. To open this box, you can see what's inside. That's the second time I've sung for y'all on these videos. Comment below if you like my singing voice. So what I got in this box is some rechargeable batteries for a thing that's coming up that I will show you. Then, for any of y'all that use Sony cameras, you already know you constantly having to buy these batteries. The Tic Tacs. I got these batteries. Like I said, I'm doing a wedding photography on Friday night, so I really want to be able to have some battery power, have the right lens, you know, just do it right as much as I can on my budget. And then I got this baby. This is a Mecha. Dude, I don't know what these Chinese brands get crazier and crazier. Comment below if you actually know how to pronounce this name. But we're gonna say Muic MK320 Flash. All right, we got ourselves a flash. I can never get it out. All right, boom. As you can see, it's nice and compact. So during the wedding, that's gonna be pretty nice. All right, and that's how we're gonna do it, boys. And then if you can, just for comparison, look how big this lens to this flash. This is crazy. This lens is a behemoth. It's just so massive. So this is the flash that I'm gonna use. It's a little speed light. I did some research on it. I try to link the video at the top of, you know, you see like a little bar pop up with the video that I saw the review for this for, and that kind of made me, you know, pull the trigger on this and go for it. Before I end this unboxing video, I wanted to give you some tips that I learned from YouTube videos randomly and forums for a low budget wedding photography type setup. What I learned is that in most situations you are going to need some type of flash, and especially if you want to take photography a little bit more seriously, a flash is just a good thing to have. You know, just every once in a while to whip that puppy out, and then that way you have good light all the way around. So the next thing I would suggest is that you have some type of lens that can cover a lot of different focal lengths if you are on a budget. Now, this lens cost me over $100 to rent for about 7 days. I believe it was around like $150 to rent for 7 days. That might change in the future, just letting you know. But for $150, I can rent a very behemoth lens at f2.8, and then with that flash, with that f2.8, I can cover a lot of low light different situations. The next thing I would suggest is always be prepared with more batteries or more things. Have a backup lens if you can have a backup lens. Some other tips I would suggest if you're doing a wedding is please get into contact with your clients as much as possible. Let them feel safe. If you can, do a photo shoot with them before the wedding, so that way they can learn your personality and you can learn their personality. Like, do they open up? Are they very like Model S? Do they like to pose, or do they not like to pose? Do they not know what they're doing? Stuff like that. Are they good at communicating? Are they not? Are they kind of like, you know, they're kind of to themselves a little bit nervous or something, you know? These are all things that you kind of want to know. So a meeting with your clients and a photography shoot, if you can with your clients, it's all going to be good. It's all going to be good. I've learned this with painting, that the more prep you do, the easier the actual process is going to be. So the more prep work you do, the easier the actual work will be. In painting, it's like that, and I've learned that in a lot of things with life. The more prep work you do, the easier the work will be. And I'll end it there. Please like and subscribe to this video. Leave a comment if you have any questions or if you like anything that you saw in this video. I would love to comment back. That subscribe button is that red button that says subscribe on it. Go ahead and just, you know, click it. Just see how lightly you can tap that thing before it clicks subscribe. All right, I'm out.